One of the popular neighborhoods here in the city of Plano is this neighborhood called Deerfield, and I love it. As you can see, it's a very well-established neighborhood, lots of gorgeous trees, beautiful lined streets, tons of trails and things to go walk through. But my favorite part about this is at Christmas time. Now, this neighborhood is located between about Preston Road and Coit, so we're more in the northwest part of Plano, and there are 733 homes here in this community. We have Deerfield West and Deerfield East, and homes are a pretty decent size. So you have homes ranging from around 3,000 to about 4,500 square feet, and prices in about, I mean, you can find some pretty decent deals in the mid 500s up to close to around $1 million. So to get this size of home in, you know, the area of Plano, great location, not too far from a lot of the offices and things here, some beautiful cul-de-sacs. So I will say at Christmas time, this is one of the problems. About 75% of the homes here decorate for Christmas. They have horse-drawn carriages that will take you through this neighborhood. But if you are going to drive through here, I will tell you, come at the beginning of the holiday season, because as you get closer to Christmas time, you can barely get up and down these streets. A lot of these homes over here are also rear entry garages, so you're not going to have to look at your garage in the front of the house. Plano is definitely known for a lot of the homes having that. And, but I will tell you, at Christmas time, with the amount of decorations out here, it will be publicized, and just people really do get in the holiday spirit over here in this community. So if you like that close-knit community, you want some great amenities, you want tons of open space in a well-established neighborhood, this is certainly going to be one that you're going to want to check out. It's mainly zoned for Plano ISD, and on the north part, there's a tiny little portion that is zoned for Frisco ISD. Just something to be aware of if you need to focus in on the school boundaries. But a great little community center, and just one of those really great, welcoming, family-friendly neighborhoods. So we love Deerfield. And I will tell you, just keep in mind at the holidays, if that's something that maybe you're not in the holiday spirit and you don't want a lot of traffic through your neighborhood, well, then maybe this one isn't going to be the one for you. But I will tell you, if Christmas is your thing, this is one of those neighborhoods that you're not going to want to sleep on. All right, we are taking you through yet another one of my favorite neighborhoods here in Plano, and that is Lakeside on Preston. We're right off of Preston Road, but this particular neighborhood is beautiful. We have waterfront luxury living. There are 5 lakes in here. Everybody's yard, as you kind of drive through, you'll see is perfectly manicured. A lot of these homes, very upscale. If you're looking for a high-end neighborhood with that really is just immaculate, Lakeside on Preston is one of my top picks. As I drive through to kind of show you this green space and the lake that runs through here, water fountains, plenty of little benches to sit down and watch the water, or you know, take your little kids fishing. You can do that here as well. Now, homes in this particular neighborhood were built around 1992 to about 2005, and definitely larger, from around 4,000 to 6,000 square feet, but prices are going to be a little bit higher than some of the others, and we're looking at, you know, anywhere from $1 to $3 million to live over here in Lakeside on Preston. But again, as I kind of drive you through here, I just want to show you how pretty it is. One of my favorite neighborhoods here in the city of Plano. I know I say that a lot, but I'm truly all about character and having something a little bit different. Not just necessarily having those brand new cookie cutter neighborhoods, but a very well established neighborhood in a great location. And even if you're going to be commuting to downtown Dallas, this is certainly one that you will want to check out. I'm going to keep saying that. I have a lot of favorites, but reach out to me, and depending on whatever your wants and needs are, I would be more than happy to help you make your dreams come true. So if you're looking for affordability, this is where Plano could be a great option if you're looking over on the east side of town. Now, over here on the east side, I'm driving through the community of Timber Brook, and it's easily one of the highest rated neighborhoods in Plano for families, for kids in school, for price points, especially for young families who might be getting ready to purchase their first home. Now, we're just down the street from Oak Point Park, and the market is obviously super active over here in this area because of the price point. Lots of people coming in and out, but again, great for first-time home buyers, people who are just trying to get their foot in the door to purchase their first home. Now, the average price point of homes over here is probably around $415,000, and prices do range from around $300,000 to about $500,000 over here in this area. So if you are looking for a great price point, not too far away from the freeway, if you need to commute for work, this could really be something that you might want to check out. So you can get affordable homes over here on the east side of Plano. As you work your way west, central part of Plano, you're going to get, homes $500,000 even up to $1 million. And the further west you go with some of the newer, larger homes and some of these higher end gated communities, they're going to be even more expensive in Plano. But here we are on the east side, and affordability, great areas, great schools, certainly something to check out if that's what you're looking for. Next up is this neighborhood, Aignon on Windhaven. And we are here just on the east side of the Dallas North Tollway. And this is a gorgeous luxury neighborhood over here with more of that Mediterranean, European inspired type homes over here in this neighborhood. The majority of these homes are going to be at least over 4,000, maybe up to 5,000 square feet. Some of them do have a 3-car garage. We actually have garage in the front of the home, mainly because these lots are actually a little bit smaller over here. Don't mind the ginormous water tower that you can see. So depending on where it is that you are living in this neighborhood, you might have a little view of that. Not my favorite, but especially for the price point of these houses. But these homes are going to be around about definitely over $1 million, 1.2, 1.5 million. But again, around 4,000 to 5,000 square feet. And it's just a little bit different. So if you're really looking for an area that stands out, that it's all about convenience, you can hop right out of your neighborhood, hop onto the Dallas North Tollway to get to work, wherever it is that you might be going. So you're going to be able to get downtown in a relatively short amount of time. So if you're looking for a neighborhood that is convenient to a lot of the businesses around here, or to especially get to downtown Dallas because of its location, this is certainly one that you might want to consider. And if you're tired of cookie cutter, yes, we have a lot of brick homes here in Texas, but these stand out just a little bit different. We have a little bit of stucco, stonework, and definitely the architecture stands out compared to some of these other neighborhoods. So I wanted to kind of show this one because it's a little bit different and give you an idea of what you can get here in the city of Plano, just east of the Dallas North Tollway. And if this is something that you're looking for, let me know how I can help. Now let's talk about West Plano. West Plano is going to be where you're going to find newer homes out of all the areas of Plano. These homes are going to have been built from about the 1990s to a little bit more current than certainly a lot of the older homes on the east side of Plano. A lot of the schools over here are ranked a little bit better from what I hear. That's what people like to talk about. So do your research on schools just to make sure that this area is what it's all cracked up to be. Now, part of this area over here in West Plano, actually a little bit of it is going to be zoned for Hebron High School and Louisville Independent School District. Another thing that you need to check out. We're going to get that a lot here in Texas, depending on where it is that you're looking, the different neighborhoods, and especially if you're on some of the outskirts of some of these cities, it could be zoned to a completely different school district. So something to be aware of and something I can definitely help you out with. Now, again, over here on the west side is where you're going to find Legacy West and the shops at Legacy. Upscale shopping and dining. We're going to have Legacy Food Hall. We're also going to have Legacy East with more shopping and dining. So one's just on the west side of the Dallas North Tollway, and the other one's going to be on the east side of the Dallas North Tollway. Over here, you're also going to find Arbor Hills Nature Preserve, another amazing, huge park. This one is only going to have over 200 acres and not the 800 acres like you're going to find over on the east side. Another great area for hiking and biking, and it's going to offer, but this particular area is going to be more on the northwest part of Plano. I tell you what, you feel like you're in the middle of this big city, and all of a sudden it opens up to this big, huge nature preserve, and you get two of them, one on the east side and one on the west side. So 200 more acres, but it is a protected native blackland prairie and a riparian forest. It is going to have an upland. Let's see. There's nature classrooms out there, so your kids could very well go on a field trip with school out here in this area. They're gonna have an observation tower, tons of beautiful views that actually are gonna overlook a lot of Plano. So another thing that I absolutely love about living over. I'm gonna drive you up through Legacy West here on the west part of Plano. Now, I love Legacy West. I've given you all kinds of information on it before, but here is truly, I feel, my personal opinion, Plano's main premier urban shopping, dining, living, and working destination. Of course, not everybody works here in this area, but you have everything right at your fingertips. You can live upstairs in one of these apartments. You can live across the street in one of the homes. You can walk to work, but you can do all of your shopping and just hang out here all the time. There's so much to do. This is a $3 billion mixed-use development over here, and it opened up back in 2017. And of course, it took years and years to plan this big, massive development. I want to drive you through here so you can get an idea of what it looks like. Again, there are some amazing restaurants down below, some great shopping, and you have everything from, you know, your typical Lululemon, your Levi's store, Alo, Viore, J. Crew. So a lot of your basic stores that a lot of people would just do their everyday shopping over here, but we have a lot of high-end shops over here as well. A little bit more on the north part of Legacy West. I'm going to drive you by that here in just a second. But as you can see, we have the True Food Kitchen. Dang, it's hard to speak. We have Sephora. We have anyway, just so many stores, as you can see, as I'm kind of driving down here to give you an idea. But just up the way here, I kind of wanted to do the north route up through Legacy West, just so you can mainly see the big high-rise office buildings, and just everything that we have over here. But the Louis Vuitton store, we have Cartier, we have Tiffany's, Gucci. So your basic shopping plus your high-end shopping over here as well. So Legacy Food Hall that I'm going to highlight, you know, meet your friends for lunch, go have a business lunch over here. Haywire, phenomenal. But really, from any price point, you can get whatever you need over here in the Legacy West. And if you're gonna work here, live here, it's gonna have everything you want right at your fingertips. So absolutely love this Legacy West area on the west part of Plano. So part of the Legacy Food Hall is what they call the Legacy Bach Garden. It actually is out here that serves as probably Plano's largest outdoor patio, live entertainment, and all the fun things that you can expect on the weekends and even sometimes during the week. It is honestly named for its multi-tiered box designs. This space has been built from repurposed shipping containers, and we have bars, food stalls, and tons of great seating areas out here. It's 3 levels. The venue hosts a great lineup of events all year long, including concerts, movie screenings, watch parties, different community festivals, bingo, and tons of other events that are always being taken place out here. As you can see, you can be upstairs on one of the 3 layers. You can hang out at the bar, get food, and so many different food options out here in Legacy Food Hall that it is a fantastic place to come on the weekends and even during the week to grab a bite to eat with your coworkers or even come out on the weekends with friends. So you should definitely check it out. Check out the lineup of what they have going on out here, and lots of great things to do out here in Legacy West and Legacy Box Garden. Now I'm out here at Legacy Food Hall in Legacy West, and I'm on the 2nd story. So down on the 1st level is one of the largest food halls in the country, but I think this is a lot more exciting than what you're gonna find other places. Now down on the 1st level, you have over 20 different eateries, craft brews, but up here on the 2nd story, you can come up here and meet for lunch, maybe have a lunch meeting up here or meet with friends, but also at night during the weekends when they're having concerts, bands, and all kinds of events that they have out here. You can come meet up here on the second story. There's a great balcony overlooking the Legacy Box Garden where tons and tons of different events happen. So this is one of our favorite areas. I come out here quite often to meet with friends, even though I don't live in Plano, but lots of fun things to do because so many businesses are out here, and it's a great central meeting point and shopping, dining, and all that you can imagine right out here in Legacy West. Now, in a lot of my videos, I know I talk a lot about outdoors and parks and trails and things to do. And honestly, I feel that that is kind of what Texas is all about. We don't have mountains, so we do have to find a way to get outside. And of course, Plano has tons of options. Two big, huge parks, Oak Point Park on the east side and Arbor Hills Nature Preserve over on the northwest side of Plano. But there's also tons of other things to do, from museums to all kinds of activities, from some of the best bowling alleys and event centers and concerts and things that are taking place. You can find it all here in Plano. So I feel like there is something for everybody, young, old, single, and families, and lots to do here in the city of Plano. So if Plano's on your radar, reach out to me. Let's have a chat and figure out if this could be the perfect fit for you. So first up, let's talk a little bit about the location of Plano. Now, Plano is just around 20 miles straight north of downtown Dallas, and it has a population of just over 290,000 residents. Can't grow tons. I mean, I know we have some apartment buildings, condos, and a few little new construction options that are coming in here, but for the most part, Plano is pretty built out. So you're not going to see the amount of growth that you're going to find in a lot of these other areas like Salina and Prosper, for example, that still has a lot of open space and areas in which they can build. So not too much more growth is going to happen. The percentages aren't going to go up 50% like we have seen in some of these other areas. Also, a lot of major employers have made the Plano area their home. We have the headquarters of Toyota, which are now here located in Plano, Frito-Lay, JP Morgan Chase, Capital One, and over 50 other companies have made the area of Plano their company headquarters. You will see as you drive throughout Plano, there's a ton of commercial development out here. So a lot of businesses here and not a lot of neighborhoods built all around it. So a lot of options if you're looking to live in a particular area and have a very short commute. Plano is certainly something that you're going to want to check out. Now, as for commuting options, I kind of like to think of Plano in three different sections. Over more on the west side, you're going to have the Dallas North Tollway, which is going to head north and south, and it is a toll road if you have to use that to get to downtown Dallas, for example. In the center, like I said, we have Preston Road. It's the main road through town. Lots and lots of stoplights because lots of commercial your commercial shopping, fast food, gas stations, everything along Preston Road. But then over on the east side, you have the 75 freeway, which is going to take you all the way up into Oklahoma, and that will also take you down into downtown Dallas. Not a toll road, but again, lots of traffic is going to be over there for people commuting. So you do have some major roadways that head north and south, right through the center, or right through the east and west part of Plano. And on the north side, you're gonna have the 121 toll road. Again, another toll road if that's something that you are concerned about with your commute. So lots of options for freeways throughout town. As I drive here down Preston Road, this is where all of the pretty much main shopping is here in Plano. We have the new H-E-B, we have Trader Joe's, but any fast food restaurant, any shopping, any gas station, it's all on Preston Road. Of course, it's all throughout town too, but this pretty much is commercial central over here driving down Preston. A lot of great neighborhoods right off of it, but if you want to take from all the way, let's say Salina, down into downtown Dallas, you can take Preston Road. You're going to be sitting at every single stoplight, the way I am, but you can do it if you really don't want to have to head over to the toll road or all the way over to the 75. That is probably one of the cons here about living in Plano is not a lot of major freeway access. If you're right in the heart of town, you kind of have to head either east or west to catch the freeway if you need to be a little bit more efficient in your commuting. Now let's talk a little bit about the pros and the cons of living here in Plano, Texas. One of them is going to be the strong job market. As we drive through town, you can see how many big office buildings and corporate headquarters that we have here. There are over 50 major businesses, corporate headquarters located right here in the city of Plano. And that's just major businesses, people who have moved their companies here or built a strong presence here in the Plano area. So when you kind of drive through, not only is it just residential living out here in Plano, but a lot of businesses are here. So if you are considering maybe moving to the area, you're tired of your long commutes. In fact, I was just talking to a client in California, and literally their commute one way each day is about an hour and a half. So could you imagine coming from California? Maybe your home is extremely expensive. You know, let's think Newport Beach, for example, and you're living in a tiny little, completely outdated home for well over $1 million. And then you can come into one of these big, beautiful neighborhoods here in Plano, and maybe your commute to work is 10 minutes. Maybe you're over in Legacy West area and you want convenience. Well, there are some fantastic neighborhoods over near that area, and you literally could have a 10-minute commute. But no matter where you are living in Plano, even though it's a pretty big city, there are lots of options where you can live, and definitely a lot of different price points. So you can live, work, eat, sleep, and do everything you need right here in the city of Plano. If you're new here to my channel, my name is Preston Carpentier. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I specialize in helping those find the perfect fit here in the Dallas, Texas area. So if you have any questions at all, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I can be reached anytime, and I would love to help you find the perfect fit here in the Dallas area. Now, as we are talking about some of these beautiful neighborhoods and locations, what makes Plano so unique, but sometimes you can't really get a feel for it if you're just looking at a map and you're just checking out some pictures and blogs. That's why I want to drive you through and really truly show you what it looks like throughout some of these neighborhoods. And I tell you, this is a little bit more of a luxury neighborhood over here, but essentially Plano's established. Not a ton of new construction here. Yes, there is a tiny little bit that we'll talk about, but you're really getting an established feel. You're getting these big, beautiful trees, and you definitely get a lot more character if you're making a move here to Plano. I know a lot of people reach out to me, and sometimes they all want new construction, but there's probably 50% of the time where people don't want new construction. Not necessarily that it's not beautiful, that you don't get a lot of options with new construction, but in some of these neighborhoods, you just get a much better location. You get a lot more character, and a lot of these neighborhoods look a little bit more custom with lots to do. So this is wide open out here. As you can see, tons of trees out here, and I love it.